Hi class, this is Charlie and I'm recording a video for you to help you gain the most value out of Michael Wilkinson's chapter 4 in his Secrets to Facilitating, chapter 4 on the secrets to starting. Class, this is a super important chapter and you're going to gain there is such terrific information in this chapter. You're going to be able to really raise your level of capability and professionalism by learning the lessons in this chapter. Class, on the inside of the chapter 4, Michael Wilkinson talks about informing, exciting, and empowering and involving. And it's so important to understand why we're doing these things. And the big reason we are doing these things is that when we have influential people in a working session, great things can happen. Great things like decisions being made, better understanding of how to make things work. In other words, we'll come together with their ideas and we'll end up with something that just couldn't have happened if we had worked in isolation. However, there's also a requirement that these influential people transfer their power to us. So these executives and leaders or highly influential individuals need to come into this session and they need to let us run it. And the nice Michael Wilkinson on page 59 talks about how nice executives will simply ignore you, and that not so nice executives will fight you. They will challenge you. And they'll do this when their questions are not answered. And influential people care about the 4 things that Michael Wilkinson talks about on the bottom of page 59. Why are we having this session? What do we need to have accomplished when we are done? What is my role? What is our role in the decision making? And why should I invest my time? So you need to answer. This is why the beginning of the session is so important. You need to answer these questions in the first 15 minutes. People need to understand exactly how they're going to work together in this meeting, and our opportunity here is to do this in a way that really takes charge. So on page 60, he goes into a bit more detail about the 4 parts of an opening, and they start like this: inform the participants about the reason the session is being held. And you utilize the purpose and the product that we developed in chapter 3. So you begin to see things begin tying in here. Excite them about the process by giving them a clear vision of the overall result to be achieved and the benefits to them. Tell them exactly what they're going to get out of this that they are relatable. When you have accounting people, talk to them about the accounting things that are going to work better. Marketing people, tell them about those things that mean or something to them and resonate with them. Then you need to empower them. This is the second E. Empower them by letting them know why they were selected. They were selected and they're in this session because they're empowered to make changes. You need to let them know that this is an important session. The organization has come to the point where they realize changes need to happen, and the people in this meeting are the ones to make it happen. And they've been empowered to do so. Then you need to involve them individually with their own personal objectives. This could be tied back to their personal objectives that help them meet their compensation goals. Why not? Why not talk about the things that you happen to know are important to marketing or that are important to sales? Michael Wilkinson then spends some time going through these ideas and how to go ahead and gain the buy-in to the agenda. Then on page 67, 66 and 67, I should say, he begins laying out for us these ground rules. And what a wonderful gift this is to have. And you should have the ability to concisely explain the meaning of the ground rules that you use. So you'll notice on page 66 he talks about Everyone speaks. If you look at, you have your book open and turn to page 66. If you don't have your book open, pause this video, get your book open, and rejoin me. Okay? Now that you have your book, look at these different ground rules that cover the pages 66 and 67. Everyone speaks. And he tells you exactly what it means to have everyone speak. These are terms, these descriptions and these explanations that he provides. You can utilize yourself and use them directly, and they're terrific. One conversation, take a stand, question first. Question first is just a brilliant piece of understanding and facilitation wisdom. So we want to, he goes into details, and I'm looking at the bottom of page 66. We want to always interact in a respectful way. This is you talking. Respect is like the oil that keeps ideas and communication flowing. When someone says something with which we disagree, instead of saying, "That won't work," ask the question first. Help me understand. How would that work? How would you address the issue of, etc.? And then, isn't that great? Isn't that great that you're modeling for people how they need to behave in order for this session to work? And it ties back up to this idea that respect is like the oil that keeps ideas and communications flowing. Isn't that true? What terrific wisdom that is to have and to carry with you. So all of these ground rules are explained in this way, and each one is just a gem. And I would encourage you to mark this page of your book and utilize these ground rules. Some of them are common, for example, parking boards or starting and ending on time, but and I'm not saying that you're going to get to everyone or that you're going to use even more than one of these in your meeting, but or you're not limited to these ground rules. Okay, these are great suggestions that have been worked on over the years, but you'll see on page 68, case study that starts on page 68, that they create a special rule. And this is a special ground rule. And the idea was that you'll see over on page 69, he told the meeting on page 68 that we have a ground rule called always look up. If you're looking at the bottom of page 68, always look up. And what this means is, I'm quoting, what this means is anytime a recommendation is made, we can say only two things: what we like about it and how to make it better. What a positive message to say. And then on page 69, someone who's really influential, he's a ringleader of the feeding frenzy, he's the person who always tears things down, he says, "Let me tell you why this won't work." And then Michael Wilkinson, or the facilitator, says, interrupted him and reminded him, "Remember our ground rule, always look up. Do you have a recommendation for improvement?" So turn this brilliant and vocal person's mind into something turn it into a force for good rather than evil, and give them something to do with that big brain of theirs, and have them come up with a solution. So he did, and essentially what they found out was, after listening to everyone in the room, Daryl discovered that his concerns had been addressed. So this is a great chapter, and I could speak to you about every page of it, but I won't. But please spend the time and mark this page in your book. You'll come back to it as you prepare for your facilitated session, or at least you should. What a difference these ground rules can make. And this is the difference between you being a casual meeting organizer to a professional facilitator. These things don't happen overnight, but you have a resource here that's just terrific, and I just can't express to you how much knowledge and wisdom there are in just these few pages of chapter 3 and 4 for preparing for and starting your meetings. Thank you so much for taking the time to read the chapter and to listen to this video.